Hi, this is the commentary track to David Von Fang Takes Like Chicken. This is Patrick Lee. I played Sergeant Adams.
Scott Rauguth. I played Mr. Needy.
Kristina Seymour. I played Donna.
I'm Colby Dunaway as the enigmatic Dudley Warfel. And we are here to do the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of this movie.
Colby, you were kind of enigmatic in this whole thing.
I trained for my role. I had just gotten out of jail when I came to film this scene.
Good times.
There I am. Excellent.
There's me.
Basically, for those who don't know, the way this movie was made is that Carlin Trammell has been a good and decent man for 25-some years, and in that time has accumulated some favors, and he called them all in to do this movie.
Really, you guys didn't get paid?
Well,
I was paid only in fried chicken.
We were paid in chicken. I actually made the trip out the day they had the chicken, even though I wasn't in any scenes.
I missed out on that.
It was cool.
I think I got Arby's.
That's...
It was good.
Carlin tells a story about how much Arby's you have eaten at one sitting before.
All the money I made off this film, I'm eating.
Yep. This was filmed in Champaign, Illinois. And there's our hero.
And these people are actually eating. This is not acting.
Yeah. There's a stamp and coin shop.
And who's got the first line in the whole movie?
Could it be? Is it him?
There it goes.
There he is.
Now, something else is interesting here. There's not a huge special effects budget, but a lot of them are in this first scene here. Carlin Trammell is actually about 5'4" and weighs no more than 130 pounds, but look at that.
They had to pay more for that hair. A lot of extra special effects.
There was a lot of... These are effects similar to what was used in The Lord of the Rings to make John Rhys Davies look small. We reverse that, and we take a slip of a man and make him look like a great giant. Look at that.
And I had the best part of the whole movie. I got to have a fight with Carlin, although he wouldn't let me throw any punches or anything like that.
Slap him.
Yeah, the fake choreography on that was off a little.
I know. I was hoping.
Fun fact, Mike, who plays the lead role here of David Von Fang, is a PhD in acoustic physics.
Acoustic physics?
Acoustic physics. Sound waves. That's how he makes his living. But if the acting doesn't work out for him, he's got that going for him. Now, you'll recall, when the day this got filmed, it was outside, it was not on a closed set, and there were people walking by and stopping and looking straight at the camera.
If you look closely, you might be able to see them. Nope, not there.
Wait for it. Most of these umbrellas are CGI. Carlin decided afterwards.
The open sign above her head. It means she's ready. She's ready to meet this man.
You know, it ended up costing something like $20,000 to put those umbrellas in afterwards.
Yes, and I believe the menus were specially made specifically for this.
But the pants are real. Those were not.
Let's talk a little bit about the pants.
Starchy. Pants make the man.
David Von Fang, the character, was originally conceived as a superhero who would protect Old Navy.
The pants are important to the rest of the story, so you want to keep your eyes on the pants.
There actually were some problems filming the stripes on the shirt, too, as I recall.
You know, I never noticed that that's actually two different shirts. How many wears later?
Look at that. Some actual chemistry between these two.
Now, I hear they know each other in real life.
It's true. Brother and sister.
That That explains the same last name.
It does. And a lot of it made people uncomfortable.
We're very liberal.
I guess Carlin committed them to being in this movie without telling them what parts they were going to be playing. And then he just made them spend like 3 or 4 days just hanging out like this.
You can see the love in the guy behind them. I've been to this location, and I almost died here.
Therein lies a
Bad
tale.
boat incident, or
The water was not as deep as I thought.
Discussing Scientology. So you see, it's not a cult.
It's in the original Sanskrit.
It was what L. Ron Hubbard was a genius.
I love Battlefield Earth.
Here's the least realistic part in the movie coming up here, to my mind. Oh, first of all,
Pants!
new pair of pants.
They're very important.
Pants are kind of a theme that runs through all of Carlin's films. Pretty much, if you go back and look at them, everyone's wearing pants in almost all of his movies.
No, I wanted to buck that trend, but he was very adamant that I...
Well, you were sitting down, actually. We could have done it either way.
Literally.
I wanted to wear a little mini dress, but he said, no, it won't work for your character.
Here's the least realistic part. You don't take your new girl to meet your geek friends. So we sat there for 2 hours and talked about
Pretended to laugh.
Deep Space Nine. I had no idea what they were talking about. So that's why Chief O'Brien could not have been a commissioned officer.
And that's where it all went wrong.
So we're about to see Scott, you make your first appearance here.
I do. And I didn't know that I was making my first appearance here, but
This is actually, I think this is the same picture that Carlin has beside his bed of you. His is like a 12 by 18 probably. It's nice.
It's one of those flip action cards when you move back and forth and changes the picture.
those will be in production soon.
Happy Scott, angry Scott. Happy Scott, angry Scott. Should mention that this is Becca Cade and the Pop Rocks providing the songs here.
Thank you, Casey.
Well, they're good people. Played my wedding reception, they did.
this is where you have to point out the chicken sign.
Yes, there you go.
It's a good price on sweet corn, too. This was true guerrilla filmmaking because this is a old abandoned, rumored to be haunted grocery store out by Savoy, Illinois. And by God, Carlin went in and he commandeered it.
This wasn't hard. I hate tomato.
There you go. Now,
Evil salad dressing.
Scott, since we'll probably run out of time here, when your big part comes up, you got recruited for this because of your martial arts background.
Yeah, and I look mean.
You do. You're a black belt in Taekwondo.
I am.
Yep.
Apparently I'm not quick.
Which was easy working with Michael because he apparently has been beaten up before and knew how to do it. We'll see more of that later.
But you guys actually went out to a park somewhere and rehearsed this stuff and choreographed it. It wasn't actually just you wailing on them, which is what Carlin wanted.
No, we actually went out and beat some other people up and showed them how to do it.
Now, here he is, Jason Grettencourt, ladies and gentlemen.
He already drank all that soda. He's hopped up on caffeine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeej. The Habibs.
No one can help our hero. He has to help himself.
Yeah, there's a lesson in this kid.
Got to look deep within, David.
Suddenly I find it odd that I'm...
He's boneless. He's a chicken.
There is symbolism in that, isn't there?
There it is.
There's the symbol.
Here is a cool special effect coming up, though, that we walk away. First of all,
As I continue to look...
that Carlin created the illusion that people were coming in and out of this store when they weren't. He had basically everyone he knows drive their cars out here and park.
They had to get those cars back to the people who own them.
Is that why there's no carts?
Look at that. Look at that sign. That sign is not there, ladies and gentlemen. There is no such sign. That
sign exists only in your mind.
little movie magic.
I go to an old friend of mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've used my abilities to help him out.
Here is a great scene.
Difficult interrogation.
This is the police station in Champaign, I think.
You must find Agent Mulder.
Yeah.
You are a handsome man.
Well, I want to talk about we decided to try this with a bald spot and without a bald spot.
But when your head moved, then the bald spot stayed where it was.
It did well. You know, we ended up just it was a makeup application. It took about 3 hours, and I liked it. Really,
You're
I
brave to go through all that.
thought it made me look more mature.
You've been wearing it ever since,
That's yeah.
regardless of what people are saying.
It's a nice
And
office you got.
type. It is a nice office. This is, I believe, this was Carlin's boss's office.
And I see you're wearing pants too.
Yes. Again, we tried it both ways. And I was like, you know, a police detective, unless there's a specific reason. And I said, well, Carlin, why would this guy not be wearing pants? And Carlin had a story for it. And it made sense, but I said, is all that going to be in the movie? Well, no.
There'll be a prequel.
No.
There'll be a prequel.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Did you get to keep the
Story
wardrobe?
of the pants.
I did buy this tie, brand new, just before we filmed this. Because I went to Taco Bell between work and filming, and I got some taco fixins on my tie.
This is my very important scene.
Colby Dunaway.
I grew my hair out for the Paige Davis flip. I was hoping to host Trading Spaces after the show. It just didn't work out.
Big fan, huh?
Big fan.
What was great was Colby, right after filming this, went to the comic book shop where he works, and the other employee said, "Why are you so dolled up, man?"
Did you see that special effect on your face? You look like Sting. In that little police video.
Spirits in the material world, man. This was tricky to film. A lot of this, just lighting issues and reflections off the glass.
Here it goes.
Acting.
You
Watch
just
it.
look so uncomfortable.
Watch it, kids.
No, he's going to put the whammy on me.
I love when he walks against the wind.
I believe there I got a whiff of Patrick.
Yeah.
And
That's right, buddy. We can
the
stay in here
acting
all
ended,
night.
And this was all real.
Yeah.
I was terrified
He
for
looks
my
pretty
life.
scared. Yeah, that's wow. That looked like true terror.
In all seriousness, though, when the cool thing about this movie is maybe a lot of people who hadn't really acted before or whatever, but everyone, Colby especially, just threw themselves into the part and didn't.
Myself, yes.
A lot of people would have said, "No, I'm gonna look silly," or worry
You
that.
can see now that I am wearing pants. So
Look at that.
this is where it became important.
Should have rolled up like a pack of
I
cigarettes in your
should have,
sleeves.
but unfortunately, no one we know smokes.
We could have filmed it with just one panel there. If you want.
Just one.
You know, the good thing is I got to throw Michael into his role. Just myself.
Well, I used to take some kickboxing lessons from Scott here, and I've been accidentally kneed in the groin by him a time or two. And,
I don't do that anymore.
well, not to me, but
Knee people in the groin and stuff.
well, not without just cause.
Without a written contract.
Unless they're wandering around in my basement.
This isn't to say that you would never knee anyone in the groin. But it would have to have the proper context to it.
In fact, I think I may be wrong.
Patrick, get a big basement.
It was pretty nice. And then the next part of this is Scott's bachelor pad. Scott recently got married. This is much nicer than...
This was the Carl's bachelor.
This is much nicer than where I lived before I got married.
After I've done irrigating the course, I go back to home and cannonball, chaser.
What was funny, in the original draft, things were much bigger and much more comic booky and much more super heroic, and there was going to be a real mad scientist lair and a deformed henchman and everything, and then when Carlin started talking about how
that's the closest thing to a deformed henchman we have, and
that was
called me.
That was you. As Carlin kept looking at the script, you know, he decided to scale it down and make it more human and make it something more filmable. Because, you know, at the time, the evil lair was going to be Carlin's parents' garage with tinfoil hung on the walls.
Would have been different. Cool.
Maybe the sequel.
This is the important eyebrow sweat scene.
Yeah.
He did a good job with it. Did he work on this?
He was pretty much out of breath at that point.
He's not used to all this walking.
Nope. Not a walker.
Sitter downer.
He's a walker, not a fighter.
How did you achieve the lighting in here, I wonder? Oh, there's lights, I see.
With lights.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
We tried it with smoke, and it really wasn't making it easier to see. It's pretty cool, though. Pretty cool.
And this is a set that they built from the ground up.
And you know,
Except for the tub, it was there.
it's too bad all the wires broke on the Matrix effects. So we had to do all groundwork.
Oh, now you made him angry.
So you provided your own wardrobe for this as well,
I
the dirty
did.
T-shirt.
The wife beater, I keep a collection of them just in case.
Bam.
Had you just had a messy meal?
Yeah, I was at Taco Bell with Patrick. I didn't have a tie to change, though. I just...
Where are your napkins?
Scott,
Now he can smell the burrito.
Scott and Carlin and I used to work at the same place, and I've been out to lunch with Scott many a time. And yeah, no taco could have gotten on his shirt in real life, folks, because the food doesn't stand a chance.
And the pants.
Oh yeah.
Pants make a climactic appearance.
Brother and sister are united once again.
Very nice.
I'm trying to crawl out of the scene here.
Made Thanksgiving pretty uncomfortable that year, I'll bet you.
They leave the body.
Carlin followed these two around for that montage of them getting to know each other and falling in love.
Sure.
He actually followed them for like a week, I think.
Without their knowledge?
Without their knowledge, and just
To get
filmed them.
The real reactions.
It was weird. They
He was so mad that I left.
just maybe a month ago found a camera in their house.
He needs someone that's watching his work.
And all the tapes.
Man,
Which would be the extra features right now.
well, I think some will and some are just for Carlin.
I don't want her to see my emotionless face.
Wow, this looks like Blair Witch right here. Out in the woods.
In the original cut, he starts singing at this part.
What is it?
Where the banjo started. Is that
It's my passion.
I want to know who did her nails.
It's
They're
completely
so
Where
lovely.
did you go?
I almost didn't say it.
There they are again.
Did you find
Lovely
out
nails.
what you're looking for?
Please understand it.
The love theme from David Von Fack.
Changing me. I'm losing touch with all emotion. I want to use my abilities for good, and I don't want them to cause me,
He,
especially
And
given
what
her
he expects here is for Dudley Warfel to come back into the picture and be face. Ha ha! I fooled you all. I didn't give you the real directions. That guy you beat up was someone else.
And
was an innocent man. Oh, did she just...
Well, who did have a woman tied up and
Just,
not entirely innocent.
the truth is out there. And she disappears into the woods. Scully shows up.
No, it would be great to see a sequel to this because, surprisingly for such a short film, you end up getting a good feel for this whole universe which existed in the comic books.
She doesn't come in anymore, and I don't expect her to. I doubt I'll ever see her again. And that's how it goes when I take a chance to talk with her.
This is my favorite part right there.
And it's mine as well.
And that's exactly why I'll never get
A little more movie magic.
Hippies in the background of this one.
feelings for a long time.
Wait, there's...
This was all soundstage. This was all green screen right there.
They filled the turret.
It was disgusting. Whatever that stuff was really, really nasty.
In the bowl.
Yeah.
Let's get a good look at it.
There it
yeah.
is.
Little soup
And on a
can.
nice warm day, it smelled great.
He
sure
wonders
everything
why
is.
his Courtyard Cafe isn't doing so well.
That,
CGI.
All of it.
Yeah.
All these
And
actors.
that in the red shirt is a puppet.
The land speeder going by.
it's impressive that
Guess we
there's
took
not a
that
lot
out.
of people pointing in the background because they kept
And as
stopping.
I prepare to tell the...
Wasn't there someone actually
I feel something.
holding up a sign at one point that said, "Don't look at the camera"?
Tastes like...
He had nothing to do with the production, though. He just showed up with his own sign.
That was cool. That was thoughtful of him. That's what
I
this
think he was
movie.
the same guy that had to move the umbrellas around every 10 seconds.
This movie was all about everyone pitching in.
It was his labor of love. I loved being part of it. And I can't wait to see my name in the credits.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. It's coming.
Wait for it.
I
Scotty.
worked with all these
Gretton
people.
Court Grocery.
Named after Jason G. Grettencourt as Fizzy.
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 That was the guy with the soda pop.
I'm so important, I'm listed last.
Listed last.
You earned that.
I was the last person to appear in this movie.
That's right.
It makes me feel very special. And let's see. How much did Carlin Trammell actually do in this film? Carlin. Dawn.
Scotty the Gooth Rauguth. We've given Scott the nickname the Gooth
Carlin.
just without his knowledge. And
That's what it says across my Muay Thai shorts.
I did provide...
well, it's a great nick. It's not an insulting nickname. It's a great nickname. It's just not that anyone has actually ever called you the Gooth.
No, it's in my face.
Well, we're hoping it catches on. Hoping it catches on. Quiznos. Carlin has done his share over the years to keep Quiznos in business, and they gave back.
Legal services.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was when we went out and started beating people up to train for this movie.
Well, the insanity defense was not that hard.
Extras Wranglers. Excellent.
It's a resume builder, Wrangler.
As music supervisor, all I actually did was put Carlin in touch with these guys who were Becca Cade and Sam Rohn, who were recording an album together. And
I like this.
it's going to be a great record. Should be out soon on Hobo Fence Records. And then some additional work was done on the score, which turned out great too.
He only writes heads.
A little technical background in case you want to make your own movie starring David Von Fang.
And everyone really should go make their own movie. It's a great thing to do.
It's a cool experience.
And once you make a movie, you'll be as cool as me, Colby Dunaway.
Make sure to visit DudleyWarfel.com to get the latest Colby Dunaway news.
I'm going to break out big time. Now is my time.
And that's about it.
Yep.
Stay tuned for the sequel. Tastes
Well-
like more chicken.
Von Fang 2.
More
This
chicken.
time it's personal.
More
Electric
chicken.
Boogaloo.
At $1.98 a pound, we can afford more chicken.